Mortgage rates just hit 8. Student loan payments start again this month. And mortgage rates just hit 8. My company is usually a little high. Even Rocket Mortgage is showing 7.846 with 2.25 points. Not fear-mongering. But it's gonna be a winter of death. Biden got it right, but was talking about the market, not the COVIDs. 2.25 points is a shit ton also. Jim Cramer keeps saying the worst is over. So I'm wondering how long until the streets are burning and raining blood. My 3 mortgage just got transferred to a new servicing company last month. They are trying to convince me that my house is worth $100,000 more than anyone around here is asking for similar properties. I'm thinking they are either hoping I sell or get the HELOC I should have gotten a couple years ago. Bullish. This is WSB. Who cares about rates? We buy our houses in all cash up front. Paid in full. We are big-time millionaire option traders. Bailey Dat. IMG emote T52TH52. 29637 IMG emote T52TH528882. Damn, I'm house hunting right now. Shit's getting rough. The market is going to crash soon. Get your money out while you can. You didn't refi student loans when interest rates were 0? Imagine not already owning a house. Fucking pores. 2.875 on a 30-year fixed. I'm pretty sure I am going to have to leave it to my kids in my will and the 2 of them can live here with both families in one home. I just bought a 12-month CD for over 5 and my mortgage is 3, so that's not too shabby. Tears of joy. Nobody concerned about minimum student loan payments is looking at buying a home lol. Priced in. You're all fools. I put all my money in monkey markets. Control my monkey will a silly hat. Now is the time to buy. LMAO, here we go again. Housing is not going anywhere. There is a shortage. People are still buying even at 8. What the hell is it about? Your regards, just dying to be the next Michael Burry. It's got to be an actual illness. Unless it was an absolute necessity. Why would anybody shackle themselves to an 8 mortgage note? I get that you can refinance later. But that's not free. According to Bankrate, you'll pay 2.5 of the principal in closing costs for a refi. Get pounded paying 8 interest for however long rates stay that high. Then if the rate drops, get pounded on refi costs. IMG emote T52TH524267. Yup, can confirm I work at a mortgage company. The rate sheet now has 8. When did the sub become a pores complaint thread? Just remember that this is the ideal outcome from Fed policy. If this is a soft landing, I don't want to think about a hard landing. LMAO. I work in the casino biz and we have dropped off a cliff past couple months, dead. Not near as many arms as 2008. Mortgage demand will crater, but we won't see the cascading foreclosures. Now, consumer debt is a whole other thing. You think the market is going to crash once every scared investor piles all their cash in treasury bills? To me that feels like the time the market runs up and everyone sells their bonds at lows and buy stocks at a high, trying to beat the market. Just buy stock and hang tight. This is perfect for this sub. Buy high, sell low. Biden got what right? I remember those old Countrywide commercials touting low 5 mortgages and laughed because rates were so much lower a year before. Yeah. There's a whole lot of realtors that have only done this the last 5 years that have spent like drunken sailors that are about to have a really bad time. This sub sucks. This is my chance to be one of those big short guys and go all in on puts. Buy all cash, nerds. 2.75 on 30 years. Forever home. Just bought a house that closes later this month at 4.9. They still exist if you go through builders and not banks. 2.2530, staying put. The biggest problem with mortgage rates is for the past year we've had realtors FOMOing people into buying now and refinance in 6 meters a year before prices go too high. Now you have people stuck with mortgages they couldn't really afford who relied on rates going down to refi who can't. Couple that with savings accounts being depleted this month and people will start to default before Christmas Day. Put in the nonsense with the left and right about to go on an all-out civil war, we're doomed. For anyone that does not understand, if you take a $120K loan at 8% and pay the minimum, the loan would cost you around $260K by the end of it. Build back better, baby. Can't buy a house, so I'll buy stocks. Literally can't go tits up. Thank you for confirming I should take the offer to renew my current apartment lease at $50 a month, which is the only increase the last 3 years since I moved in and still leaves me well below market rate, still far above reason and with utilities included. Crazy thing is 8 is historically average for the last 50-60 years. Does anyone post anything here anymore except pointless FUD? I had an 8 mortgage on my first house back in 2004. The world didn't end then and it won't end now. But houses were cheaper back then, no shit, and houses were cheaper in 1984 than they were in 2004. And also 1964, and guess what, housing prices go up, so buy sooner than later, you broke fucks. I can't even listen to CNBC in the morning anymore. They're so comically out of touch. Mortgage rates at 8. Home sales at their lowest since the mid-1990s, and they follow it up with discussion of soft landing versus very mild recession. Like, what the hell is even that? Very mild recession. Just a dash of recession. Morons. Let's be very clear. They want unemployment to jump up a lot. And it's about to happen. 3 months tops. I'm getting multiple offers to buy right now, and that hasn't happened for a long time. They are having to use their customer lists to advertise the sales because properties are sitting for longer than they used to. I'm waiting for the bottom to start buying again. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Man, you should save some more cash and be prepared for 10 interest, man. Based take, calling it COVIDs. 2.330 years, gang. My company is usually a lot more than a little high. Market still won't crash. Only people who have no choice but to sell are going to sell at a loss, lol. Borrowing money for 4 years at a university is high risk. These young adults are going to learn the lesson the hard way. What you have to consider is the following. 1. Those who purchase homes without taking on debt don't care about rising yields. 2. Those people are actually mostly now institutions like Blackstone. By 2030, 40% of residential real estate will be owned by institutions in the U.S. 3. Ask yourself if these companies are not highly incentivized to see rates rise further and make their job even easier. Are they pulling certain levers in certain areas where they can to keep this going? Such a fascinating economy to watch right now, since there are so many dynamics which impact companies and sectors differently. I locked in 1.85 back in 2020. Unfortunately, shitty NADA mortgage terms don't really go for longer than 5 years. So I will have to remortgage in 2025, hoping the country goes in a deep recession by then. Shit, my 6 from AB lender doesn't look so bad anymore. So when everything turns out fine, are you going to reflect on why you were wrong or just find some new thing to fear monger about?